That's where I'm off up to for tonight's investigation. On the top there, Castell. So I don't think I can get the car any closer. So I'm just going to get the gear out of the car. And head up here for a couple of hours. So, and see if we can get, if there's a car park or anything as well, a bit closer. So, I'm going to get a jog on up there in a minute. Hi, Kells. Getting a jog on with all them, eh? Right, if I'm not back, you know where I am. Ooh. Cheers, Carl. I'm gonna just get the gear out of the car. Right, into battle. Just got to watch my footing as well as the as heading off up there as well, so I've got to watch my footing as we're going along. Lovely house there in the distance. Where are you? Can't see you. There it is. Let's see what we get as we pick up and start opening up down here now. Yeah. Plan on being up here a couple of hours, so this is where I am. Don't know again any history. It's the first time I've heard of this place, to be honest with you. Friends used to play for Wrexham years ago. I believe they used to run up here as part of their training regime. So this is where I am, Castell, Dinas, Bran. Again, there'll most probably be links from where I was the other night at Hope and Castell. So we shouldn't get too much traffic here anyway. Right, I guess the paths, you can see the valleys down there as well. This is going to be some point up here. Hiya Paul, thanks for sharing. Kells, thanks for sharing. And see what we sent on the way up. Again, I'm drawn to things being rolled up here. Stock being brought but rolled up in like barrels. That's straight away. So if we stop and have a rest, don't worry about it. We'll keep rolling. Castell as well. I will be going back there. It was a very interesting night. I felt when I was at Castell, there was a lot coming in very close, and it was changing spiritually when energies were coming in close there at Castell the other night. Yeah, how steep, yeah. So I don't know what date this is dating back to at all. I haven't picked up on any centuries or decades with the land. There you got Llangollen, River Dee there. Got a few torches with us. I think it'll be well worth it when we get to the top. Doesn't look far from down there, does it? Hey. I do have someone with me, but they don't want to be on camera. Yeah, it's an amazing part of the country. This is about, how far from mine? 40 minutes? Yeah, about that. The bypass there right in the distance. Hi Alison. Hi Judy, Cheryl. It is a beautiful land. Oh dear. You need a haircut, fella. Need your haircut. Don't you start charging at me. You stay there, lad. You stay there. Yeah, same to you. Again, can't beat getting out when it's nice and dry. I do have a bag on me, it's not too heavy, but I'd hate to be bringing anything else up here. Aye. Don't know what that bird is there. On top of that gate. and zoom out. I think he's following. That's where my car is, right down behind that tree there. I will leave the live feed up and running. Set some gear out. Just give ourselves 10 minutes as well to settle in. Be easier going down, I know that. Hi Susan. Well, again, they'll be getting uploaded on Raw Pan Normal on YouTube. This is what it's about. Getting to these 45 castles. Wind's got up as soon as we come over that ridge. Right, I think there's the summit. I know it is of a ruin, but we'll see if we can get some activity. I've got a pad, so if you get any names and anything, I'll try and write down what's being communicated with me spiritually. View is crazy. Is the cafe open at the top? Right, okay. Usually the way. It's bleak. But you can see it's a viewing point for miles around. I will have to set up. as with most castles, you get a dip before the main walls. I'm gonna go down here actually. Can't see there being a well at this one, but you never know. It's on the other side now. That's that amazing house I was telling you about down there. Coming in. Sheep everywhere I'm going. I'm actually getting spiritually people running away from me as well. Sure, Cal will have a look at the dating back with this castle and put it on here for you. That is steep. Again, Snowdonia there. Going into Denmark. I would have presumed. On of what it would have been like in its days before it started going into the ruins. To say, standing at an angle, really come through the wind and go find somewhere where it's a little bit calmer with the wind. If it rains up here, I don't think I'll be hanging around long. Again, drawn to kids running around up here. We're on the outer wall, the outer area. That's what I'm drawn to. That was some doing getting up here. Fair dues like. Right, there's a plaque there, so I'll show it yet. I won't look into it, I won't read it. And chase the sheep off again. So you can get an idea, hopefully, of what it was like here in the times. I am seeing a row of gentlemen, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 being counted. I feel that's more of a shift changeover. So 1260, 1277. Remember when I said to you, seeing the kids running around will be around this side, the children. Okay. Prince of Powys. 2 decades. I didn't think it would be a long period. This is the first time I've heard of this place today. But again, being drawn here spiritually. So I'm going to set the tripod up here, see if any sentients pick up on anything. Just looking out by the sheep. I'll most probably go on the other side and set some gear up. So it's just a through passage. Don't know how much more daylight we've got. I don't know what time is it now, about 7:30, 7 o'clock. So tilt that back for you now. Just give us 5 minutes, I'll be back. Achievement. You alright? Oh, right. Let's see where we're going. Ireland, 7:30, thank you. Right, don't lose. I'm going to go on the other side and set some gear up. Okay. Get out, this wind's dropped at the minute. I'll leave that like that. Roman soldiers, 1270s, 1260s. I don't do any history. I can see 6, 7, maybe 8 soldiers, more of a line being counted roughly in this area on the inner walls. So I feel that they would be getting ready just to go and do their shift. Think of a night shift. I think that they're ready to go and protect these walls. I'm going to set some gear up on the other side.
jail cell.
got up a bit there, so couldn't set up there now. I think this is going to be about our only spot. Yeah.
You got a jail cell in there?
A jail
Cell.
cell, yeah. A holding.
Okay. I think we're being blown up there for a reason.
Yeah, I know that. It didn't half
Kick up then.
it got up. The K2 was virtually red all the way as soon as I turned it on. I had nothing on me.
Is that a cracked screen on there?
You'll actually turn that round, the wind.
We're going to stay here till nightfall when it gets into night time or what? Staying here till a bit nightfall. Because
That should take. No reason for that to be going off at all. Got it. No reason for that to be going off. K2 bounce into the middle all the time. Now set the recorder up. We've had this on the way up.
what?
Recorder.
What, me puffing a panting on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right, can you remember where we are? I'll go and see the way down again.
There's a plaque around the corner.
Right.
Yeah, I'll show you. Nobody can make that move.
Set the REM pod up as well, and I'll get to watching the live feed in a minute. Temperature's about 14, 15 degrees. Ow. Right. Spirit Energies like to come in and work with us. Yeah. Come on. Right, just going to work on this tripod a second. K2, the REM pod is having a little dicky down there, little. So hopefully that'll settle down now. Meter sensor down there. There you go. Do you hear that going off? I'm just pointing at it. I'm 20 foot away from that. The sensor down there, that'll only go off if the energy's around 2 or 3 feet in and around. Come close to some of the other equipment. And I'm going to put the K2 a little bit closer. Hi Shell. Picking up on a man, not very tall. Around 5'7", 5'8". The REM pod is going off at the distance. Mid-30s, 40s. Moustache. Tights, pants. Does he look like very roundly built in the middle drift? Like REM pod's going mad over here. Hiya Phil. Well, the wind took the camera over. There we go, that's more sensors going off there. Coming in and work with us. If you come make yourself known to me. Can you tell me to go in Welsh? That's me just turning that on. Batteries are flat in that, so I'm going to change them. REM pod's still going off. I will set a laser grid up later. Any children here? Like to come forward, please? Come and play with some of the equipment. Wish you no harm, just here to communicate with you. Any children here? Come around, come in close. Protect some of the equipment. They're going to be about 3 foot close to that.
Time to come round.
Come in close. I won't put this in a bit of a dip in there. So we can move any of the equipment. Slightly more to that left hand side. I'll put the way that REM pod's going off. Just need to keep our eye on that EVP. The EVP has gone off again. Pressed on pause when no one's touched it. And I'll have a little look. Coming in, spirits. Come and move some of this equipment, please. Can you knock any of the equipment over? Your woman you're picking up on. Can you see us here? That's what I've got on at the moment. Can you give us a command in this castle? The REM pod is going off. How far are you away, say, from that REM pod from here?
Where?
That REM pod.
Over there?
20 foot, yeah.
Why's
Easy.
it going off?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Can hear it. Just flick it in.
Any ley lines?
Hey?
Any ley lines?
Any ley lines? Hi Claire, Cheryl, don't be at it, Kells. Gutted you're missing David Attenborough. Impressed, no probs, there you go. That's solid, that's solid. Come on. Boy, sword fighting with wooden swords. Yeah, don't be cheeky, Kel. Tomorrow we'll be at another location as well. What I'm going to do is I'll give you a little pan around and I'll come back round there. Any of that goes off, give us a shout. Oh, sugar. Yeah. I picked up on a monk as soon as I got here, but just one. I don't think there was a lot. Just the man that they would turn to. That's the first thing I picked up on the live feed, was a monk. Every time I come round here, the wind gets up. Can the children make yourself known, please? I'll show you in a minute, Shell, when I go by the plaque. Something Bran, Castell, Bran, Castle, just outside Llangollen. Don't think I've ever seen anybody investigate this place. If there is any children fighting with wooden swords, can you make the wooden sword noise? Can you make the clanking noise? We'll be up here till after dark as well, so is that another hour? I'll have a little read of that in a minute, Cheryl. I'm right on the edge, so this is where I was picking up on children laughing earlier on. It was down this area on the outer walls. Can you talk to me in your tongue, your language? Can you talk to me in Welsh, please? For some reason blocked. Trouble linking in. Yeah, watch it don't roll down the hill. Yeah, I felt that at the bottom, Shelley, where it was midriff was blocked as well. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. It is taking me a while to open up. I have had the children here, a couple of children, and I've had soldiers lining up by these walls being counted, just around there, lining up being counted. Is that Welsh? This is where I wanted to set up, but it's too exposed here. This is where I wanted to set up, it's just too windy. You see kids rolling down the hill. Right, you should start opening up a little bit more now, Shell. That's what my team's telling me. Did that sound like wooden then? Come on. Give me your names in Welsh, please. Some of the equipment's going off, so I'm going back down there. Yeah. Yeah. The equipment's going off down here. No. You see touch on the shoulder. Go on.
I stood here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear to you, I thought you behind me could hear someone.
Walking up towards the side of you. So we're getting footsteps walking up to the sides of my accomplice. So I felt like you'd been touched on the shoulder is what my team were telling me. I feel like you was going to get dragged away, trespassing. No, it wasn't me, I was miles away then. Yeah? Come on, spirits, walk close towards the equipment. Yeah, REM pod's going off, blue lights off there. Set all 4 lights off on that equipment, please. Hey? It might have done. We'll check on the EVP later on. See what minute's on that now. It's about 2 minutes ago, wasn't it? On the EVP. That's not even moving. Yeah, again. Yeah, stopped again. So I've reset that again. That's already stopped again, the EVP. You felt like somebody...
I heard somebody walking, I thought it was you.
No. So I'll go back around there and do a scan again. See if you sense anything else, let me know. So it'll be interesting when this starts going dusk. Yeah, 52 minutes EVP, but it's already gone off again. Been paused twice now. My meter might go off there. So that's where all the equipment is there. Just trying to give you a lie of the land, because I always find I bring more energies in when I've done like a walked around the outskirts of it. Give me some old language, please. Can you talk to me? Alright, Dino, just up by Llangollen. And then I'll go back by the equipment in a minute. Can you say someone's names that's watching? So that's basically a whole walk around there now, and then I'll leave the camera up on the equipment. Oh, I keep meaning to bring a flask. So that's virtually a walk around. That's how steep it is. I will do, I'll go back to the passage. Just got some visitors. Oh God, that's steep. About 6 paces in. Five. There's 5 or 6 paces in there. You're actually getting a smell coming in here now as well. Sensuous smell. That was 2 people.
What's the signal?
No, it's on. Still on. Couldn't affect the equipment. Was it? Oh, my knee. Can you move one of them balls, please? Killer getting up that side. So steep. Who's in charge here? Come forward.
I've been nowhere near it.
Nope, stopped again.
Go.
Go. That was deep, that wasn't it?
Same voice.
Same voice. Stopped on the same time again, 2 minutes 10. There's no timer on it.
I'm not touched it.
Say go again. Hi, Carls. Yeah, I shouldn't buffer. See how it gets on now. I was walking around one eye, very steep angles as well here at ledges. Hey?
Against the jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, by the jail. I got a stench coming in. Very dirty smell. Quite rancid. Talk to me in Welsh, please.
What's it saying?
Ednas, Ednas. Did you hear that, Shell? Ednas, anything in Welsh close to that?
Ask him to search it.
Yeah, well, Shell's Welsh, she's watching.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. It's perfect point, isn't it? Perfect defence point, isn't it?
Down around there as well. It's windy now.
Not as windy. Bethan. Bethan would be Welsh. Come on. Go close to the equipment. Go close to that box. REM pod. Another box here and the K2 over there. Touch one of the balls. So we're just going to make a few notes. So you've heard footsteps. Boots. What's today's date, folks? It's been off all week, so I haven't got a clue. Is it 29th? So the 30th shell, lost a day as well. Unlucky. Did you say trapped? Can you move that ball when it stops?
I'm just on a stone round here.
Hey?
Just on a stone.
Somebody behind you? Again? Heavy footsteps before someone sat in the wall.
Like boots.
Boots again.
No, that's what the sound was when it came behind me. Boots.
Yeah. Say somebody sat in the wall just.
Somebody threw a stone.
Stone. I'll debunk that because it might be them two that's just been up here.
Because it's been around there.
They've gone. They've gone. There's a few things I've had up to now. I have to write the children down as well. Help. Lady was poisoned.
Take a piece of wool with you.
Take what?
Take a piece of wool with you. Yeah. Someone just said. That's actually out the wall.
Thank you.
Not me.
Thank you. Did you say wall? Did you say wall? Can you make the wooden sword noise that the children were playing with before, please? Do you know what I feel it is here? Supper time. I feel it. Get your food down your neck. If anyone wants to bring us some butties up, feel free. A cup of tea or coffee. Keep forgetting the flask. Keep forgetting the flask.
And a coat.
Yeah. Well, I've got a jacket if you want one. It's in the car.
You think I'm going down there, get a jacket?
Yeah. Come on, spirits, come in and around. Who's the master in charge here? Do you hear that? Walking?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. Got a job?
No. Thank you. Can you confirm it's meal time? Can you confirm it's near supper time here? There's no breeze up here at the moment behind this area. Move something for us. John, I could eat some chicken now.
You think I'm getting KFC for you right now?
No, no.
Yeah, tell me some.
I will do. It's there. Yeah.
That's a piece of the wall. Oh, yeah. They got dusk up here before down there.
Yeah. 4. One at a time. Come close, one at a time. Talk to me in Welsh, please. Hi, Lorraine.
Okay, you've got donkeys that got stuck up down here.
Donkeys. Pack horses. Yeah.
Not horses, but like a donkey.
Are you happy we're here? One alpha male is the one I'm after, Shell. I'm after the chap that's in charge. Will you come to me when it's dark? Hi, Lorraine. Don't know if you can see in the distance, there is like the bypass for Llangollen.
Hey up.
REM pods just fell over. Did you see that? REM pods just fell over.
It's going off.
And it's going off. Mad that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't be that far over, it might blow off.
Well, it shouldn't blow off there. It's quite weighted, isn't it? It's weighted, isn't it? Right.
There's a big one.
Aye. Stole to the bits there. There's a few. Quite a bit, haven't we? to the seats, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want this one on I've got one?
That's alright.
Do you want this one then?
That's alright.
I'll debunk that for them walking past to people visiting. Hey, I'm nowhere near it! Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Hear the tapping then? Do you want that one
Like
or
two
this one?
stones.
Do you want that one or this one?
I like 2 stones.
2 stones, wasn't it? Told you it's cold up here.
I believe how far it is.
Stop doing that. Can you make that noise again for us, please? That should not be going off either.
Put it outside the window, put it inside somewhere. Put it there.
The REM pod is still going off.
I can't hear that.
Can you walk close to it? Listen.
Maybe a 2 tones tapping there. I definitely hear those 2 stones tapping. And stones there.
No, I'm seeing this there is animal being hit on the head. With a stone. Just check what we've got here. Ooh. Yeah, carry on. Carry on. No problem. Yeah. The actual REM pod's going off there. Do link in with the lot with past lives as well. I am a high energy medium as well. Thank you. Can you move the REM pod again? Can you push the REM pod over? Can you push the REM pod over there? I can hear voices as well. To the left, the people to the left. The people down the valley, yeah. Eh? Yeah, there's a farm to the left, so I'm hearing people. I'll Hi T. Just in Castell, Bran, Castell, outside Llangollen, North Wales. Yes, I'll give that a go, no problem at all. Thank you. I'm actually spiritually seeing energies walking around here. Respect back. Seeing energies walking around here as well at the back, so see if that starts. Thank you. Do feel quite tight around the throat as well at the moment. Right hand's ice cold as well. No problem at all. Cheers, Shell. Come on, move an object for us, please. Oh, look what I found. You can get many lines on top of the castles, do you? Feel warmer now.
You don't want to go down in the night, mate, because you'll just end up getting hurt.
What?
Go down the dusk, because you're down in the night, mate, and that's what you're doing.
No. It's the one I went up the other day. I'll do another little walk around in a minute because we've got people coming up. do another little walk around. No, I know. That shouldn't have gone off as well. Yeah, for them that's come on late, I'll show you what it used to look like, the settlement. You can have a little Google yourself, and usually I go in road everywhere I go. You can hear the swiping noise as well. Can you say Gary? The main dominant male, I'm after you, I need to communicate with you. Battery's low, just check it, it's on. There's two people to the right just leaving. Again, more drawn down here. Cheers, Shell. I am after him. He's just like not in his time, not in his when he's ready, not when I'm ready. That's what he's saying to me. He's actually got like a very large throat coat on, like a robe, which drapes down to the floor. I'm going down here. Just drawn down here as well. Like sat in his chamber, his warm place, this fella. And his legs are crossed as well. Yeah, I'll check that when I get back in. Thank you. Right, okay. Dawn. To it being really busy down here. Cheers, Sean. Hi, Elizabeth. I feel that this would have been the main approach, this area from people coming over and invading. Hands are going freezing now. Right, I've actually just been given something spiritually, a chain. Just been given a chain round the neck. Go down there. Smell it. You got that smell, did you? Move some of the equipment, please. Okay, turn that off for 5. There you go, REM pod's going off. Death smell, yeah. I gave the smell on the other side of this wall before. Are you alright? Didn't bring a flask of tea with you, did you? Just some electrical equipment. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just going to drop this down a bit. Oh, my hands, how cold, my hand's gone now. What? My hand's gone ice cold walking around there then. Yeah, I don't know, I nearly said something, Shell. Nearly said don't stand on me B-A-double-L-S. Which are dotted around. Come on, spirits. Anyone know what time it goes dark? Can't be far off, can it? Can you go close? Eh?
9:22ish.
Is it? Okay, come on. Nettles. Oh, just put my hand on the nettles. I've just done it again. Ow. Oh, bosh. Oh. Right. Come on, the main chap with this. I can see a chap sat down. He doesn't want to be disturbed. He sat side on in a chair round this middle courtyard area. To the left hand side where I was going to set up originally. That's where I think that chap is. Where, by that archway. Just in that vicinity. He's got a very long
coat.
Yeah, very long coat, like a throw, a really, like people would have a onesie on today, but it's more like that type. It's a cloak. It's a cloak. Ouch, yeah. Shelley. That was more than ouch. These buggers here. Thistle. Count to 10. Coming in close, spirits. When that chap's finished what he's doing, I want communication with you, sir. Again, I wish you no harm. Come on, affect the equipment. I'll just check that EVP. Has that gone a habit of going off lately? Yeah, gone off again. One off after a minute. Again.
You joking?
No.
Is it full?
No, it's a new memory card, new SD card.
Battery full?
Yeah, battery's full. New SD card.
I'm messing with you. Doing well with it, aren't we?
It's just not recorded.
You do know how to work it, don't you?
Yes. Turned it off, I'll turn it back on. I will turn it off and I will turn it back on. Continue. That is recorded again, session 3. Castell, Bran, Castle, session 3.
Next time I come up here, bring another tripod for my iPhone. Yeah. I put mine on live.
Yeah. Well, it's not getting my iPod, but with the wind.
That's too much, mate, because you're breaking something.
Yeah. Come on, spirits, move an object for us, please. Yeah, the wind is dying down. It has peaks, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's very busy to the right hand side.
Oh,
It drops down by the look of it. There you go, REM pods. Come on. Go near a couple of the equipment. Looking at them. That's all right. That'll be them in the car. Has it?
Went off and came back on.
Mad. They've just logged on. She's on Facebook. Sure, I'll have that. All the mates are having it as well. Here, again. I said before on the shoulder, I feel a big wallop. Yeah. I think that's gone off again. Yeah, gone off again.
So when you record, does it?
No, doesn't want to record again. We'll have a look. I think it was about 6 to 12 years. Wasn't quick. Protected from the English. It's protecting all the land, isn't it? That's bizarre how this is doing this. You keep getting richer, do you? Why isn't this recording? So sensitive. It will not go past a minute or 2 minutes. Yeah. It's just not. Yeah, I started recording now, but that goes off a minute or 2. That's going there, that box there. See it fluctuating. Come on, Spirits, can you move something for us, please? Battery's nearly gone in this as well, which is about right time-wise. Go on, go closer to that REM pod. Go closer to that unit. Oh. It's really dropping now as well. But not the video. That's mad, that. It is on live still. You give us some thumbs up. Yeah, I've got that, Phil. No gunshots on the live, no. That's good, that makes a change. The REM pod is fluctuating a little bit. I've had some fluctuations on there as well. Saying memory full, it shouldn't be. Again, this is going mad, the EVP. It just not going past like a couple of minutes at all. Again, just keeps doing that all the time. On 1 minute. I've just had noise behind me. Don't know if you heard that. Just had a noise behind me here. Just low down. Hi Lee. Temperature is dropping. Nice one, nice one. Go near some of this stuff I've put out. Go near some of this stuff I've put out. Come on. Just waiting for it to go dark, and what I'll do is I'll set the laser grid up and I'll put it up against this wall and just see if we can get any shadows walking amongst it. Nice view, yeah, Llangollen. It's a River Dee down there. I'll just get the name of the place again. I'll put this this unit back on. I know sometimes I do a lot of walking around and all that, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a fixed location as well, where we're anchored in on an area for a while. This has been nuts, this has. Just reset again. No. Yeah. Happy days. Can't beat the good old outdoors, can you? Hey. I'm not talking to myself. I do have an accomplice that does want to be on film. Yeah. Right, let's get this on for. The hands have gone like dead sticky as well. you move one of them items for us, please? Tasty here though, isn't it? You think now go, do you? Might be having a photo session as well. Debug them voices. There's somebody coming out around. Again, it's doing it again. It's mad this won't start up now. Hey, this equipment.
Which one?
This won't start up. It's mad, isn't it? Hey,
Why is that?
just won't. I've turned it on and it won't have it, so I'll turn it off again and then I'll try it again.
Battery.
No, battery's 72%. What's the story of the area, Maria? I would just say that this will be a settlement from the Welsh, protecting the border here from England's. You've got Llangollen, again, just a fortified base. If one castle was taken, then they'd come back to this one. Ooh. 1200s, 12, what was this? 12?
Like a peacock.
Like a peacock?
Yeah.
Up here? No peacocks. Right, getting a peacock noise around here. I'll do a walk around in a minute. Why does this keep stopping on 105? Most probably. Like what? REM pod go in there. Come on. Definitely, I'll do it. I'll walk around now. Just can't get this to work at the moment. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Dog sounds coming in there now, isn't there? No, I know that. Looks like it's going to come in, that, doesn't it? I'll do it. Come on, spirits. 13.6 now on the temperature. Yeah. Hey, 13.6 on that. Yeah. 13.6, 12.9 on that one. It's dropping now like mad, isn't it? That EVP's just been nuts. Come on, move something. Come on, move an object. Right, I'll just let you know it is closing in here. I'll show you behind now. It's nice looking there as well. No, didn't drive up the hill, mate. Watch the start of the video. I'll show you now the Maria. This is what it looked like in its day. It was just drawn up here, Castell, Dinas, Bran, Castell. So you can do your little research and have a little look. Well, it says you are here. I'm on the actual other side of there, just that's where I am at the moment. Again, it's closing in. They are. It has not half dropped there. Just want to put the laser grid up when it goes dark. Give it 5 or 10 minutes and then I'll be off on my travels then. Well, the chap I'm getting just seems to be roughly in and around here, this inner area. That's where the first place where I wanted to set up was there, but it was just too windy, just wasn't enough shelter because it's very windswept here. Too steep, that bit too need to get a bit safer. Show you, spin this round. So that's where my car is, down there. So again, this is Denbighshire, so on the other side of that you'll have the Irish Sea. Again, that distance, again you'd have Snowdonia and all that. But I was just drawn here today, never heard of this place until today, and I just thought I've got to go, got to come here. It was much warmer when I got here, so if you're hearing me shivering, it's really closing in. I just wanted to go dark now. Total difference from just stepping out a foot there. That is Whoa, that's cold. So hopefully it's dry tomorrow. We'll be at another castle tomorrow. I'll have Kells and Phil with me tomorrow. Anybody else who wants to join me, just inbox me. You're more than welcome. You can see why this is not stood the test of time really. Because we are way up high. Just wanted to stay in the location for a while and then just monitor any activity. That's what I wanted to do tonight. Had a few bits and bobs of communication spiritually, but it just seems to be very busy here, down here. And again, if we have flat, quiet parts, that's the nature of the game, isn't it? We have flat, quiet parts of the live feed. Well, this is where I wanted to set up here, but it was just too windy before. With that fella as well, it said with the fireplace. I could see him sat in the room. So yeah, there again. Looks like the fireplace there going up. But I do feel on the other side as well, this fella is. Oh, he's in and around here. But it's just too windy to set up there. So I'll show you that again, the information. But this is where I'm drawn to this fella in here, this part. Keep, gatehouse, keep, courtyard, keep. But sitting looking out that way as well. Oh, excellent. Yeah, definitely warm clothing. It was really warm when we come up here, but it has dropped. Again, every time I have my hair cut it goes cold. So I could have done with the bobble hat out the back of the car. So as long as it's dry tomorrow, I don't like going out if it's raining. Just don't see the point. And again, this looks like a little tower area. You can see for miles here. Again, with the castles, I always get drawn to fires in the distance to warn. That's what I always get, and I feel that this was a point where you could see certain points lit at night. Hey, mad. So you're being affected. Is anyone affecting my friend I'm with here tonight? Oh, just turn that down. So you felt like you was blind for a second. But you're not as open as the other night. piggyback, are you? Right. There it is, got it. And then you won't. You won't. Yeah, I'll have a flask of tea tomorrow. Holt Castle. That's not even. Did somebody just try to affect my friend every time I go away? Again, stopped on 105. Oh, shit, big sugar then. Come on, Spirits, give us some more information. Come and work with me. Just setting that. Can you talk to me in Welsh? The gentleman that's in the chair around the other side, can you come forward now, please? Come down, come in really close. You like this equipment up? Come on. We're only going to be here about another 20 minutes. Go near this meter. Come near this. Move them balls there. Come on. I've had that a few times. Why? I'm getting footsteps on the other side of this wall. Coming close around us here. Are you not allowed in this part?
motor.
Just picking up on a female.
Hey.
Come and give us your name. You've been laughing just. Coming in and do your duty now, soldiers. Keep hearing footsteps. Give me the footsteps. Just going to tilt this back. And then... Whoa. Nearly went then. Right, I'm on top of the walls now, as you know I'm a loon. Come on, I'm hearing footsteps. Sugar. I'm going to jump over there. Just jumped over there. Come on, set that equipment off down there. Right, that's just started flickering there, down there. Go near them boxes. Farm dogs barking down there. He pushed me neck jumping over that then. Energies are gathering. Are you waiting for the dark? Are you waiting for it to go dark? So again, this would have been a little bit higher up. I'm not too far off the same level as that now. Protection is up, Shell. Say danger. Say danger for me. Come on, spirits, affect that equipment down there. How cold. Witchcraft. Yeah, I've just I'm going to pass this down because I'm not going to jump. Not too far, not far off the solstice either, are we? Did you say get out? I'm going to pass the camera down. Equipment.
Don't fall, for fuck's sake. You do know there's no ambulances around here?
What?
Ambulances.
No ambulances. What it is.
These sheep are freaking me out.
You're getting pushed again, aren't you? He keeps getting pushed. Are you waiting for it to go dark? How long's the feed been on for, folks? Got female's name with a letter S. Female, coming close. Oh. Oh. Try and get some heat. My hands are absolutely a block of ice. Oh, killing. Come on, take the temperature down. You're 13.5, 13.6 on them. Take the temperature down. Is the a female with Susanna? Female coming close. Not far off getting the torches on now. Talking into the EVP as well. Go close to that meter. Go close to these units. Come on, affect some of these boxes. Come close to them. Do you know of any witchcraft up here? How many people here in this settlement? Debunk, that was me, my foot. How many people around me now? Just you? Go close to one of these objects. Come on. Are you waiting for it to go dark? I feel like you are. Come on, affect something. Can you move a ball like that for me? It really is cold now. It might look like 13 degrees on that monitor, but it's not. Can you make a sound from what it was like when you was here? Can you take some pictures, Cal, of you on me walk around? weird round there. Dead weird, isn't it? The what, sorry? That cage going weird. I'm going to put the phone in the other hand. Believe you me, it's not this light on the camera. No, it doesn't show the steepness. Hi Darren. You can take some screenshots for us folks please. And then send inbox from me. Because it's just getting dusk here now. Let's see what we get. And the wind's howling. It's ace up here when the wind's not windy and it's not blowing. Whoa, out of focus there. That's gone back in focus now. Can't wait to get back in the car. The male energy, come forward and work with me. That's cool. Got my torch on now. Oh. No one's been here before, come and visit the place, lovely. That's pitch black down there now. And it's Baltic. Your screenshots and a few pictures there for us. Give us the thumbs up if you have. Please. Haven't seen any ghosts around here, have you? Hey. Oh. Oh, turn that off. And this is the place for me here. I'm just drawn to it around here. Pitch black there now. Would anyone screenshot any pictures for me please? There's a thumbs up. Back around to the equipment. weird again. All the time, isn't it, on that corner?
I'm not being funny.
All the time on that corner. Area by yourself. Not nice. You're getting a female in there, very small. Nasty. Okay, yeah, put that in the bag for us, please. Cheers. God, my hand's freezing. Hey? All the equipment's going off up there now. Getting pulled around now, aren't we? You said to you, didn't I, to go off when it started going dark? What's going off?
Going up over there.
Your REM pod.
Yeah, and that was flickering.
Yeah.
And that temperature's been down.
Come on, spirits.
And that box in there's been turned on.
No, that was I'd done that. I'd done that. Tried to reset it again. So give in with the EVP.
It's stopped again now.
Do you not want me to go down?
It's all stopped again.
It's not. It's flickering.
Yeah, but that was flickering.
Yeah.
And this here.
Yeah. Remember what I said? I mentioned a female. And you're drawing to a lower energy down here. I think it'll go a little bit mad as well. Oh, that's all right. Come on, who's around us? Come and work with me. Don't be shy. Hey? That's cold. You make a noise on the other side. You make a noise around here. That's mad, that. Should not have fell over that. It's quite secure then. Right. Oh God, I nearly went myself. Ooh, that's twice. You trying to push me away? Twice. Fucking hell. Oh. I said to you it was going to go mad, didn't I, when it went dark? Hey? I said it was going to go mad when it went dark. I know. Get my phone. Yeah. I said to you it'd go nuts, didn't I, when it went dark? Tripod, come out the tripod. I know. Just to show you how far that's just dropped down my phone. That's about 40 foot. That's just gone. That's bizarre, that. Said to you it'd go really mad, didn't I, when it started getting dark. Just holding that now, I'm going to set it back up on the tripod. Said you'd go mad, didn't I? Just gone all the way down there. Try again. Full tripod's just gone twice. Do you not want me here now? And my watch is bust as well. My watch come off my wrist as I went as well. So I've just gone over as well down there. I think mine was more of a stumble though, to be honest. Watch snapped as well. Oh. Hey? Yeah, we'll do. Set the laser grid up now. I'm going to put it on that wall. Won't really last long. Usually it's been cutting out pretty quick. I'm going to turn these around as well. Come on, Spirit. You want us to go? Make yourself known.
Down at you.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, weird.
I do feel it's trying to get you off the guard.
It's got me on a 50 guard already. I feel like I'm at sea.
You didn't see, I felt like that before.
I'm feeling it right now. I've had to sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give it till it's dark and then we'll go. All right. It's not dark enough yet. Come on.
10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. You're joking.
No.
I'll just leave it off for 5 and then need it to go dark, mate, and then I'll put that on.
Look, 9:57.
Staying light.
That's the way it's set. Like lines. Yeah. Look, like lines. Oh.
That's not normal, is it? Hey. That's bizarre, that, isn't it? Just picked up on that as well.
Weird.
Don't know if you can. There's like sets of lines.
It's like when a tractor makes in the field.
Yeah, it's like ploughed lines, isn't it?
I've never known that in the sky.
You take.
Round either.
Right, REM pods go in. Come on, spirits, come in and around us. Do you know the person that tried to affect my friend, Just? Does look like it's going morning, doesn't it? It's like the calm before the storm, isn't it?
Look at that.
What? Dark clouds. We'll be down before that. Just leave the Wi-Fi here.
What's coming in bastard dogs? They've been back all day.
Watch.
You don't realise how far you went down. You stumbled, I watched you, and you went down to where that dip was. You went there.
You usually do. Can't look. Can't look. What is it? I'll draw it around to that as well. Again, we're drawn to low level energy in and around there, and believe you me, it's virtually pitch black up here now. Take some pictures, yeah? Sound. That is virtually dark. There, it's dark. Very, very dark. K2's going off there. Oh, my hands are freezing. No, my hand, you know, I don't like it down there. Don't like it. There's somebody there. There's a picture. It's like a banished, put away, locked away. Couple more minutes, Spirit, and we'll be gone. Yeah. Come on, light some of the equipment up for me, please. Light about 4 or 5 of them up. I'm not being greedy, just want some interaction. 5, isn't it? Come on, come and affect some of this. You can't stand straight, can you?
I'm going to push round, mate.
Push round. They know that they're affecting you. Right. Can you do that? There we go. There we go. Come on. Do a few of them. Now you come on.
Do 3 of them.
Do this 5. Do a few more. Are you trying to step into my friend that's with me? Are you trying to bombard my friend?
He's easy.
Yeah.
He's easy.
Yeah. Come towards me. Leave my friend alone. Did you show me blood on your hands just? Preparing food. I got that stickiness again. I've had it all night up here. Thank you. You do another one. Do the one next to it as well. Excellent. Set some of the equipment off. Take my energies. There we go. K2's going off now. Come on. Do you know the female that was harmed here down by that cage?
Smell that?
What have you got? Sulphur. That's low level energy. Yeah, and your protection's going up.
Smell it?
Your protection's going up. All the hair standing on end. Light some more of that equipment up. There we go. Same one. Can you do the one next to it? Should we bring the REM pod in a bit? Come near this one. Light the 4 lights up on that. Come and walk amongst me. Come and walk amongst us. There we go. Come on. Have you been waiting a long time for my visit? Can you shout? Again, laser grid not happy with. What? Got something?
No, look at this. I took a picture.
Yeah.
Unable to say photo, and yet I've got space.
You got space. Mad. There's loads.
Hey up.
Come on, do 3 or 4 things at once. Laser grids. They're new batteries in there again, and it's just not happening. Affect more of them lights. Right, we'll put 2 more batteries in this.
Alright, so then it's getting close now, isn't it? We need to come back here. We're prepared for it. We're not prepared for this.
Come and walk amongst these lights. Come and walk towards me. going off there. I'm not having that. There's no way they've gone already.
Yeah.
What? Come on. Go close to the other equipment. Not having that laser grid, that's nuts. So 13.9, 13.5.
Right.
Go on. We're not moving either. That ball's going off. Affect the other ball. See if you can move this one. See if you can affect this one.
Some guy just said he's got the plans for the catacombs in France.
What?
Some guy just told me he's got the plans to get in and all around the catacombs in France. Because he's going to send it me. You remember that game map on that?
Yeah.
It's unlocked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what France. He's got the way to get in. So you need to go do that.
There'll be no signal, will there? No space, mate.
No, but you can just record it when you downloaded it.
Yeah.
That's on Facebook. So it's just no space. It's unlimited space because you're free.
Come on, spirits. Couple more minutes. This is don't like it. Right. Walk amongst us.
What was that?
Do you hear that clink?
Oh no.
Have you?
I didn't actually picture, but I've just seen it in front of the camera.
Well, this is zooming in and out. Walk towards me. Walk towards me. Can you give me a manifestation?
What is that noise?
Can you give us some thumbs up if we're still on live? Not frozen. Walk towards them green lights. Oof, again dropped dead quick, the laser grid. It can't be taking that much energy out of them batteries straight away. Can you take the laser grid up? Not down, up. Come on. It's virtually gone. Dropped twice straight away.
Your batteries?
6 batteries are put in that in about 10 minutes.
I'm going to give it you. You don't want you to see them.
Knock something over now and then we'll be gone. It's still light, isn't it? 10:30.
This is crazy. It's never this fucking light. Sorry. It's never this light.
It is mad, isn't it? You've got a month till summer solstice, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, going to put the equipment away now. Is that all right?
But we will be back.
Are you happy? It's fluctuating in and out as well when I'm talking.
Mine's not working well either.
Your phone's not working.
You've seen that saying full, cannot save photograph, but the thing is...
It's been coming up here, storage, and I emptied it all the
Yeah,
other day. So
mine's
you see me take everything off this.
I've got a 64 gig phone. I've only got about 20 gig filled on it. Come on. Somebody's telling me to go down.
But what I'll do is I'll do another walk around and down. All right.
Before I feel it on, yeah? Hey? On. Leave it on. Yeah, it's on. Yeah. I feel it's got ley lines around it.
Ley lines, nuts in it.
I feel weird. But I keep seeing like all this area here in front of me here, right? Goes lighter. Goes lighter and back down to dark.
It's your peripheral vision's changing.
I'm needing a cup of tea, mate.
Oh, I'll make you one. I'll make you one.
By the time I get back yours, it's going to be after 11.
It's alright.
If I've got to drive home, get a shower. And get fuel. Right, you're better at me walking down here, so I'm going to walk.
Oh, I've turned all that off. That's come back on.
Yeah. I'm alive here. I am not sitting here when you're going to do what with you there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking down. You'll catch up, no problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah, hold on.
Can we give you a car key just in case I get there before you?
Yeah, 2 minutes. You can start it up and warm it up. Alright, take your time. Take time. Same way we come. Yeah? Take the bag.
No, I'll carry it. Take your drink.
Right. No, everything's in.
Right, we'll come back up here.
We will come back up here. Okay. Right, he's gone down, start the car up. Hey, you don't like the dark area? Right, are we still live? Can you give us a thumbs up, please? Right, he doesn't like that area, mister. Again, I'm still getting... Oh, I feel like somebody's got their hand on my head as well at the moment. Just make sure we've left nothing. So you know what I'm like. He's gone back down to the car anyway. Right. I'm do a walk around and then make my way down. Thanks for tuning in. This is the area Mr. doesn't like. Feels drawn to a negative here. do another little walk around now. Does anyone want to come on the live? Oh, before I go. You walk towards me now, Spirit, please. Come on, I'm just on my own now. Alright, Shell. Right, I'm going to sign off from here. I'll leave it on all the way down to the car, but that's where I've been, as you know. My accomplice has gone down to the car to warm the car up, put the heated seats on. And you just can't see over there, but the camera is actually lighting it up. Now see a lady with her hair bowed, tied from the side right round the back of the back of her head into one, so it's like two plaits going into one and dropping down is what I'm seeing now at the moment. Again, great little location. Do need to come back as well and make my way down now. Again, thanks for tuning in. How long's this been on for as well, Shell? It's not a tough walk up here, but it's quite a steep walk. It's good underfoot, as he says, moving the camera. This is the place I've really drawn to tonight. Might be worth coming in and bringing a tent. Camping out. It is pitch black. Do you want to come on live, Aaron? I have picked up a lot more of the stuff myself, but I haven't put that out on the live. The camera's zooming in and out there. Oh, do you hear that noise behind me? Do you hear that? It's like a zzz, zzz. Don't know what that was. It's like a rustling behind me. Come on. Excuse me a minute. Something's come up. Right, so that's where I've been investigating most of the day. Don't know why that went off. Surely touched the screen or something.